Imagine a life where fear no longer holds you captive, a life where you approach every challenge with calm clarity and unshakable confidence. Sounds ideal, doesn't it? But here's the reality. Fear and anxiety are struggles we all face. They creep into our thoughts, keep us awake at night, and stop us from living the life we truly want. Now, what if I told you that the ancient teachings of Buddhism, principles that have guided millions toward peace and wisdom for over 2,500 years, contain proven tools to break free from fear's grip? These teachings go beyond philosophy. They provide actionable insights to transform your mindset and reclaim your inner strength. In today's video, we're diving into 6 profound lessons from the Buddha that will help you overcome fear, embrace life with courage, and push past your limitations. And stay tuned until the end, because we have a powerful bonus lesson that could be the key to unlocking lasting freedom from fear. So, if you're ready to rise above fear and step boldly into the life you deserve, let's get started. Lesson 1. Embrace impermanence. What is it that holds you back? The fear of failure, the fear of loss, or perhaps the fear of uncertainty? Fear at its core often stems from one common misconception, that life is unchanging and predictable. But what if the very idea of permanence is the root of our suffering? In Buddhist philosophy, the first lesson is this: embrace impermanence. This truth is as liberating as it is challenging. Everything in life is temporary. Our joys, our struggles, even the fear we feel so intensely in the moment. Clinging to the illusion of stability in an ever-changing world only deepens our anxiety. Imagine a river. Its waters flow, twist and turn, never the same for even a moment. Now imagine trying to hold on to a single drop, refusing to let it go as the current moves forward. This is how fear grips us, by anchoring our thoughts to what we cannot control. Buddha taught, nothing is forever except change. When we resist this truth, we invite suffering. But when we accept it, we find freedom. Think about a time when fear consumed you. Perhaps you were worried about a looming deadline, a difficult conversation, or an uncertain future. Did that fear remain forever? Or did it pass like a cloud drifting across the sky? To embrace impermanence is to understand that fear, too, is fleeting. Instead of wrestling with it, observe it. Ask yourself, what is this fear trying to teach me? Acknowledge it without judgment and let it move on, just as a wave returns to the sea. In our modern world, where the pressure to succeed and maintain control is relentless, this perspective is revolutionary. When you're faced with challenges, a career setback, a broken relationship, or a daunting decision, remind yourself, this is temporary. Joy and success, too, are impermanent, and that is not a cause for despair, but for mindfulness. When you accept impermanence, you stop overthinking the future and start living fully in the present. You discover the power to face your fears with courage, knowing they will pass. You learn to cherish each moment, not because it will last forever, but because it won't. So the next time fear whispers its lies, remember the river. Life flows forward, ever changing, ever moving. And you are not here to resist the current, but to flow with it. Let go of the illusion of permanence, and you will find peace, not in controlling your fears, but in understanding their nature. Fear is a visitor, not a permanent resident. Embrace impermanence, and you'll unlock a strength that no fear can take away. This lesson doesn't just change your life, it transforms how you live it. 2. Understand the nature of suffering. Why do we suffer? Why does fear tighten its grip when life feels uncertain? The answer lies in one profound truth taught by the Buddha. Suffering is universal. Fear, anxiety, and pain, these aren't signs of weakness or personal failure. They are part of the human experience, deeply rooted in our attachments and aversions. Imagine a traveler carrying a heavy sack on a long journey. The sack holds everything they cling to: expectations, fears of loss, desires for control. Each step becomes harder as the weight grows unbearable. This traveler is all of us. We carry the burden of attachments, terrified of losing what we hold dear or facing what we wish to avoid. The Buddha described this as the nature of suffering, or dukkha. He taught that much of our suffering arises from clinging to things we believe will bring happiness or pushing away what we fear will bring pain. But life does not bend to our will, and when reality doesn't match our expectations, we suffer. Now let's pause and ask, what if we could view suffering differently? Instead of seeing fear and anxiety as isolating and personal, what if we understood them as part of the shared human condition? When you're overwhelmed by fear, perhaps by the thought of failure, rejection, or the unknown, it's easy to feel alone, as if no one else could possibly understand your struggle. But the truth is, every person you pass on the street has felt the sting of fear and the weight of anxiety. It's universal. This understanding shifts everything. It dissolves self-blame and invites compassion, not just for others, but for yourself. When you realize that suffering connects us all, you begin to see fear not as an enemy, but as a teacher. It reminds you that you are human. It invites you to grow. Buddha once said, "Suffering is universal, but so is the path to freedom." And what is that path? It begins with acceptance. Accepting that fear and suffering are part of life doesn't mean giving in to despair. It means no longer resisting reality. It means freeing yourself from the isolation that fear creates. The next time fear arises, remind yourself, this is part of being human. You are not broken. You are not alone. Use this realization to practice kindness toward yourself and others. Offer a comforting word to someone struggling, knowing their pain mirrors your own. In doing so, you'll find strength in shared humanity and take the first step toward freedom. Suffering may be universal, but so is resilience, growth, and healing. When you embrace this truth, fear no longer defines you. It becomes a bridge to compassion and courage. 3. See the illusion of fear. What is fear, really? Is it a monster lurking in the shadows, ready to strike at any moment? Or is it something else, something far less real, but just as powerful? Fear, as the Buddha taught, is often an illusion, a mental projection of the worst-case scenarios our minds create. Imagine standing in a dark room, heart racing as you see a coiled snake on the floor. You freeze, paralyzed by the thought of danger. But when someone turns on the light, you realize it's only a rope. This is how fear operates. It thrives in the darkness of the unknown and the imagined. Fear is not a fact. It's a fleeting thought, a story your mind tells to protect you from potential harm. But here's the truth. Most of the things we fear never happen. The failures we dread, the rejections we anticipate, the losses we brace ourselves for. These are often figments of our imagination, not reality. The Buddha taught that to overcome fear, we must see it for what it truly is, an illusion. When fear grips you, pause and ask yourself, is this threat real, or is it something my mind has created? This single moment of awareness can shift your perspective and dissolve fear's hold over you. Think of a time when you were consumed by fear. Perhaps it was the fear of speaking up, starting something new, or facing an uncertain future. Did those fears come to pass as catastrophically as you imagined? More often than not, the answer is no. The snake was just a rope. In our modern lives, fear often disguises itself as overthinking and anxiety. It whispers, "What if you fail? What if you're not enough?" But when you shine the light of awareness on these thoughts, you see them for what they are, shadows. not reality. Buddha said, "Fear is not a fact, but a fleeting thought. Shine the light of awareness on it, and it will dissolve." This wisdom is a powerful reminder that we don't have to believe everything our minds tell us. So the next time fear rises within you, take a breath. Pause. Observe your thoughts. Ask yourself, is this fear based on truth, or is it an illusion I've created? In that moment of clarity, you take back your power. Fear loses its grip when you recognize it for what it is, an illusion. And in its place, you'll find courage, clarity, and the freedom to act. Remember, fear may appear real, but its power lies only in how much you believe it. Turn on the light and watch it fade away. 4. Cultivate mindfulness. Where does fear live? It doesn't exist in the present moment. Fear thrives in the past and the future, in the regret of what was and the worry of what might be. But here's the truth. The present moment is always safe. And that's where mindfulness comes in. Mindfulness, a cornerstone of Buddhist practice, is the art of being fully present. It teaches us to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, creating space between ourselves and our fears. Fear lives in the what-ifs of tomorrow, but mindfulness brings us back to the calm of now. Picture this. You're standing on a beach, watching waves crash onto the shore. Each wave represents a thought, some gentle, some overwhelming. Without mindfulness, you're swept away by the tide, caught in a storm of fear and anxiety. But with mindfulness, you become the observer. You watch the waves rise and fall, knowing you're not the ocean, but the one watching it. Fear thrives when we dwell on the past. I shouldn't have said that. I wish I'd done something different. Or when we leap into the future. What if I fail? What if everything goes wrong? In these moments, we forget one simple truth. The only thing we can control is this moment, right now. When fear arises, mindfulness offers a lifeline. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Feel the air filling your lungs, then leaving your body. Notice the sensations around you, the texture of the chair you're sitting on, the sounds in the room, the rhythm of your heartbeat. This practice of grounding anchors you in the present, where fear has no power. The Buddha taught that mindfulness is the path to freedom from suffering. By observing your thoughts without attaching to them, you create space to respond rather than react. You see fear for what it is, a fleeting emotion, not an unchangeable truth. In our fast-paced world, cultivating mindfulness can seem like a challenge, but it's simpler than we think. Start small. The next time you feel fear creeping in, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, what do I hear? What do I see? What do I feel right now? In doing so, you pull yourself out of the storm of anxious thoughts and into the stillness of the present. Mindfulness doesn't eliminate fear, but it transforms how we relate to it. It reminds us that while we can't control the waves, we can learn to surf. In the calm of the present, we find clarity, courage, and the strength to move forward. Fear may call you to the past or future, but mindfulness will always guide you back home to now. 5. Let go of attachment. Why do we fear losing the things we hold dear? Whether it's a person, a possession, or a dream, we often think our happiness is connected to them, but in truth, fear comes from attachment, holding too tightly to something in a world that is always changing. The Buddha taught that real freedom comes not from holding on, but from letting go. Imagine holding a handful of sand. The tighter you hold it, the more it slips through your fingers. But when you open your hand, the sand stays softly, undisturbed. Life is like that sand. The more we cling to people, possessions, or results, the more we invite fear, the fear of loss, failure, and change. Attachment is natural. We all seek stability and control. But the strange part is, the more we hold on, the more vulnerable we become to life's uncertainties. Change is unavoidable. Relationships change, careers shift, possessions come and go. When we place our happiness in external things, we connect ourselves to the unpredictable and invite fear into our hearts. The Buddha taught non-attachment, not to reject love or ambition, but to experience them without fearing their loss. It's about focusing on effort, not the result. Imagine planting a seed in your garden. You water it, care for it, and protect it. But you cannot control if it grows or gives fruit. What you can control is your intention and effort. In modern life, practicing non-attachment means changing your perspective. If you're working toward a goal, give your heart to the process, but release the need for a certain outcome. If you love someone, value them deeply, but let go of the idea that your happiness depends only on them. Real security comes not from holding tightly, but from trusting your inner strength. The next time fear appears, fear of failure, rejection, or loss, ask yourself, what am I holding on to? What would happen if I let go? This doesn't mean quitting or walking away. It means releasing the need to control every result and finding peace in the effort itself. Buddha once said, "Freedom exists in letting go, not in holding on." Letting go doesn't mean you care less. It means you trust more. Trust in the flow of life. Trust in your ability to adjust and grow. When you release attachment, fear slowly fades. You realize that happiness isn't found in what you keep holding, but in the space you create when you let it go. And in that space, there is peace. Deep, steady peace. Why are we so afraid of waiting? In a world focused on instant results, the unknown can feel difficult to handle. Impatience increases fear, feeding the desire for quick answers, fast solutions, and certainty. But the Buddha taught that patience is the cure for this inner struggle. When we develop patience, we learn to trust life's natural timing and find peace in its flow. Imagine planting a tree. You prepare the soil, water the seed, and wait. You don't dig it up every day to check its progress. You trust the process, knowing the tree will grow at its own pace. Life is no different. Challenges, solutions, and personal growth all take time. When we rush, we create stress, frustration, and fear. But patience changes that discomfort into wisdom. Think about a moment when fear took hold of you, a job interview, a major life choice, or waiting for an answer that could change everything. Your mind probably filled with what-ifs and worst-case thoughts. But what if, instead of rushing for answers, you chose to sit with the uncertainty? What if you trusted that the answer would come at the right time? The Buddha described patience as a strong form of power. It's not passive waiting. It's active trust. Patience helps us face challenges calmly, knowing the storm will pass, the seed will grow, and the answers will appear when they are meant to. In modern life, building patience is more important than ever. When stress rises and fear of the unknown takes over, pause, take a breath. Remind yourself that not everything needs to be solved right now. Ask yourself, what can I do in this moment? What can I release? By focusing on what is in your control and surrendering the rest, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering. Buddha said, "Fear disappears when you trust that life unfolds in its own time." Patience is a teacher, reminding us that growth cannot be rushed and that the beauty of life exists in its slow unfolding. The next time impatience increases your fear, think of the tree. Its roots grow deep in silence, unseen, before it reaches toward the sky. Trust that your efforts, your journey, and your struggles are all part of a greater process. Patience is not only about waiting, it's about waiting with faith. Faith in yourself, in your resilience, and in life's ability to guide you where you need to go. When you build patience, you don't just calm your fear, you create the foundation for peace, strength, and lasting courage. Bonus Lesson 1. Reframe challenges as opportunities for growth. What if fear wasn't something to avoid, but a guide leading you toward growth? It's easy to see challenges as obstacles, as things to fear and avoid. But the truth is, every fearful experience carries the seed of transformation. The Buddha's teachings remind us that fear is not a wall. It's a bridge to your higher self. Think of a time when fear stood in front of you. Maybe it was a new job, moving to an unfamiliar place, or the risk of speaking your truth. Your heart beat fast, your mind filled with doubts, and you felt tempted to stay inside your comfort zone. But if you look back now, wasn't that moment a turning point? Didn't it teach you resilience, courage, or something new about yourself? Fear appears when we step beyond what feels familiar. It's a sign that we're entering unknown territory, a place where real growth happens. Instead of fighting fear, what if you saw it as an opportunity? What if you understood it not as a danger, but as a teacher? The Buddha reminded us that challenges in life are not punishments, but lessons. When difficulty comes, we can choose to ask ourselves, what is this teaching me? How can I grow from this? In doing so, fear becomes a tool for change, helping us discover strength and wisdom we didn't know we had. In today's world, reframing challenges starts with changing your perspective. When fear appears, pause for a moment and tell yourself, this is a chance to grow. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Try asking, what can I learn from this? By changing your mindset, you turn obstacles into opportunities. Think of an athlete training for a marathon. Every mile feels difficult, every muscle hurts, yet they continue moving forward. They understand the pain isn't a sign to stop. It's proof of growth, of strength being built step by step. Life's challenges are no different. Fear is the discomfort that comes with stepping into your potential. The Buddha taught that fear isn't a wall, it's a bridge to your greatest self. This wisdom reminds us that fear isn't the enemy, it's the path ahead. Every time you face your fears, you expand your comfort zone and discover strengths you never knew existed. The next time fear appears, welcome it. Let it remind you that you're growing, stretching, and becoming more than you were before. Accept the challenge and take the lessons it offers. Always remember, fear doesn't block the path, it is the path. Trust the process, and you'll discover that the growth you're searching for is waiting just beyond the fear. Bonus lesson 2. Harness the power of self-compassion. When fear appears, what's the first thing you tell yourself? Do you criticize your reaction, call yourself weak, or wish you were more brave? Many of us are our own harshest critics, and this inner struggle makes fear feel larger than it really is. But the Buddha shared a deep truth. Self-compassion is the first step toward easing fear. Picture a young child standing beside a swimming pool, shaking with fear. Would you yell at them to jump or criticize their hesitation? Of course not. You gently encourage them, remind them it's okay to feel scared, and reassure them that they can face this moment. Yet when it comes to ourselves, we often forget to offer that same kindness. Fear often comes from self-judgment. We tell ourselves we shouldn't be afraid, that we should be stronger or braver. But this inner harshness only increases the fear, making us feel isolated and powerless. Self-compassion is the answer. It reminds us that fear isn't weakness, it's part of the human experience. When fear appears, try speaking to yourself the way you would speak to a close friend. Instead of asking, "Why are you so scared?" say, "It's okay to feel this way." Fear is something everyone experiences sometimes. You're doing the best you can. This small shift in how you speak to yourself can soften fear's grip and help you build emotional strength. The Buddha's teachings remind us that self-compassion is not weakness, it's a source of strength. It helps you face life's challenges with a calm and steady heart, understanding that mistakes, fear, and setbacks are natural parts of being human. In today's fast-moving world, practicing self-compassion can truly change your life. The next time fear appears, pause and accept your feelings without judgment. Place a hand on your heart and take a deep breath. Softly say to yourself, "I am scared, and that's okay. I am human, and I am learning." This simple act helps create a safe inner space where you can process your emotions without being overwhelmed by fear. The Buddha said that compassion for yourself is the first step toward dissolving fear. By treating yourself with kindness, you build the inner strength needed to face life's uncertainties. Self-compassion doesn't remove fear, but it gives you the courage to move forward despite it. Always remember, fear is not a sign of failure. It's a sign of growth. When you meet it with compassion, you turn it into a powerful teacher. Be kind to yourself. Fear may appear, but self-compassion will remind you that you have the strength to face it, learn from it, and grow beyond it. Fear is not your enemy. It is one of your greatest teachers. It shows you where your deepest attachments exist and where your hidden strengths are waiting. By accepting impermanence, releasing what you cannot control, and staying grounded in the present moment, you can turn fear from a prison into a pathway. Remember, fear only has the power you give it. With mindfulness, patience, and self-compassion, you can bring light to the shadows in your mind and step confidently into the life you are meant to live. As the Buddha taught, you are not the storm, you are the calm awareness watching it. You already carry the key to your freedom. It's time to unlock your courage and rise beyond your limits. Fear may knock, but peace is always a choice you can make. If this video connected with you, like and share it to inspire others to unlock their courage too. And don't forget to subscribe to Buddha's Eternal Wisdom for more life-changing Buddhist insights to help you live a peaceful and empowered life.